Good morning, everybody. Pastor Stitch, Narrow Path Christian Church, BC, Bay City, Michigan. Also the North Central Chaplain for Broken Chains, JC. Welcome to the Biker Devotional. Today is Sunday, November 17th, 2024. We are looking at Proverbs chapter 17 and verse 19 and 20. Proverbs 17, verse 19 and 20. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Random. Good morning, Chris and Shane and all the rest who are watching right now that haven't commented for me to be able to see. And by the way, if I don't call you out every day, it's because, well, sometimes there's a lag in what I see, and sometimes I just don't see it all. Good morning, Sandy. Good to have you here as well. But I'm not forgetting you. I see you when I can see you, but, I'm here for you anyway. It's just a thing. I don't do this for myself, and that's perfectly honest. There are a lot of days where I'm not feeling it, but I love you enough to spend time with you here every day. So, November 17th, 2024. It's a Sunday. Don't forget to get to church today. Chris, I know you're going to have a special service today. That's awesome to be able to see Jeff Stoltz preach. But we're going to look at Proverbs chapter 19 and 20. The one who loves to offend loves strife. The one who builds a high threshold invites injury. One with twisted mind will not succeed, and one with deceitful speech will fall into ruin. So I was looking at this morning, and I was wondering to myself, what's it mean to love to offend? And what is Solomon saying in verse 19 about this person that loves to offend and loves strife and builds a high threshold? And I started looking at it a little bit closer. This way, the one who loves a revolt also loves to debate and builds a high threshold which invites injury. In other words, somebody that puts a barricade up that makes it hard to get to them. Someone who will find any reason to argue with you is also someone who will start a war. Solomon is giving a warning to us about what other people might be, but he's, in my case, telling me that, Jay, you put barriers up. You're good at debating. You like to go to war. It's something he's been working on with me for a long time, Byron. Good to have you here from Brazil. But Solomon goes on from there and says, the one with a twisted mind will not succeed, and the one with deceitful speech will fall into ruin. Another way to translate that: the one with a twisted center will not succeed. The one with a changing tongue will fall into ruin. Someone who not only puts the barriers up, debates, and then starts a war, but also those that just are off a little bit from center, off a little bit from being focused on the Lord, off a little bit in any way in their lives. They're not going to succeed. And someone who, from moment to moment, you can't really tell what they mean. They may say they love you in one moment and they don't care in the next. They may say that they're all in for God and An hour later, they're talking about how they're going to skip church to go watch the football game. They're changing tongue. It's going to cause them to fall into ruin. As I was looking at those two verses and thinking to myself, that's been me my entire life. But the good news is, it doesn't have to be me. Good morning, Deborah. Good to have you here from the hospital. So good to have you. But Solomon reminds us that even a fool, in verse 28, even a fool is considered wise when he keeps silent, discerning when he seals his lips. Sometimes it's better to stop talking, stop putting up walls, stop debating, stop all of that. Sit back and put your focus on the Lord. And just take a breath and ask. And this is my hard part. Ask for guidance. And then wait for it. I'm really good at being on the run and saying, God, I need you, as I'm running headlong into a wall that I put up and knows there, and surprised when I hit it. It's much better to stop and say, Lord, I need you. How do I get through this obstacle, get over it, break it down, whatever needs to be done? What is it that you need me to do? And move forward from there. So just something to think about today as you're heading off to church. Spend time with the Lord and ask Him. By the way, you don't need to ask if you need to go to church. That's a command. So just do that. I know, Deborah, you're at the hospital. You're not going to be able to get out to church, but there are plenty of church services online. And if all else fails, right around 2:20, right here on this channel on YouTube, not on Facebook, on YouTube, Pastor Stitch, we will be streaming our service, and I have no idea what I'm preaching about, so it'll be a surprise for all of us. I love y'all. Hope you have a great day. God bless.